What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to pick up a 392 6.4 liter Hemi for the JK. Got to make this intro short and sweet because we have the JT, the Gladiator, we have the trailer hooked up. We're ready to hit the road. It's a 6-hour drive. We're going to talk about all the details, what the plans are for this engine swap, and we're gonna talk all about it, guys. It's a great deal. It's a little bit of a drive, but we have everything loaded up. And the good thing is that on the way up there, I'm selling the tires. So I found a guy that wants to buy all 4 of these old 40s. So we're offloading those en route tonight. I'm making the trip myself. And tomorrow morning, we are going to be getting a brand new 392 Hemi with a transmission, a JK transfer case, motor mounts, aluminum radiator, all of that good stuff that we're gonna need for a Hemi swap to do on the JK. I'm excited. Can't wait to show you guys more. Let's hit the road. We have a 5-hour and 40-minute drive up towards the Houston area. Now, I know I kind of briefly went over what we're doing today, but sorry guys, I was in a rush for that intro. I had just gotten off work, picked up the trailer, and heading up that way. So this is a deal of a lifetime. Getting a brand new Hemi, 392 6.4 liter with a built transmission, transfer case, motor mounts, aluminum radiator, a bunch of stuff designed for the JK. Long story short, we'll talk about the long story later. But pretty much he was building this for a JK, got all the parts ready, and they're moving to Europe, so he's trying to offload it pretty quick. There's about $22,000 worth of parts that we're picking up today or tomorrow, and I am stealing it for $10,000. Still a lot of money, but for everything we're getting, it is a complete no-brainer. For a brand new engine, it is gonna be awesome, guys. But we have a long way to go. Sadly, this U-Haul trailer is freaking heavy. I think the trailer itself is about 2,300 pounds plus the 400 pounds of tire, and a Jeep Gladiator on 37s doesn't, I mean, it tows fine, but it's gonna be a long, slow journey with a very low fuel economy. So let's go ahead and reset this, and later on in this trip, we'll take a look at what our fuel economy is towing with the Jeep Gladiator. I'm kind of curious too, because I haven't towed too much. Right now we're probably around 2,600 pounds. On the way back, we'll add another 1,000 to that with the engine and all that stuff. And man, I don't know how these things are rated to tow like 7,000 pounds, but it does good. It's just a little bit slow. So I will see you guys tomorrow when we are able to check out the Hemi that we're putting in the JK. It's gonna be sweet. See you guys. All right, guys, well, it's about 9 o'clock at night, and the Jeep Gladiator decided it probably wants the Hemi swap. So, cruising down the highway, and I feel this really weird vibration. At first, I thought, oh, maybe the trailer tire popped. Nope, it's the engine. We have a big misfire on the cylinder number 2. So I'll start it up here in a little bit, but it is idling really, really bad. I don't know what's going on. It really sucks because I'm about, you know, like 3.5 hours away from home now, and definitely don't think I have the tools to really tear this apart and take the spark plug off to see what this misfire could be. It's also Friday night, so there's no dealerships open. We will see, but let's go ahead and start up the engine so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, you can hear it now. Sounds like a cam. I mean, it actually sounds pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but something's not too happy in there. But do a little bit of troubleshooting, and hopefully we can get this thing back on the road. Oh, there we go. P0302. P0302. I really hope this is not the dreaded head issue. A lot of people have been having issues with these Jeep heads. And I have heard of some people with the Gladiators that they keep getting these no matter what. Like, Jeep will put a new engine in it and it still comes back. So I'm not too sure what to do right now. This really, really sucks. Puts a big damper in my plans, not only because we have a trailer, have tires on it that were supposed to be delivered tonight, and supposed to pick up an engine tomorrow. So we'll see. I'm gonna make some calls, do some things. hopefully this all turns out to be good news. We'll see. That's not the Gladiator. All right, guys, so I had to put the camera down for a little bit to figure out what in the world was going on. So clearly, I am not driving the Gladiator right now. Horrible misfire on cylinder number 2. And you definitely don't want to keep driving when your check engine light's flashing. Means you have a misfire. There is unburnt fuel, you know, on your cylinder, seeping down into your oil past the piston rings, flooding into your catalytic converter, getting that really, really hot. A lot of bad things happening. So luckily, my buddy let me drop the JT off at his house, and he let me borrow his truck. So that is awesome to have people that will do that for you. So filling it up with some diesel, and we have the trailer in tow. Now, I'm really curious on what this cylinder, the cylinder 2 misfire is from. You know, most of you guys know that we did the RIP performance coil packs not too long ago. Is it from those? I don't think so. The JT and JL 3.6 Pentastars, even the JKs, they had a lot of issues with the cylinder heads. And you know, when that cylinder head started going out, it would give you a misfire code. So we're gonna bring it home to my house first. I'm gonna see if I can kind of troubleshoot it. Who knows, maybe it's something really simple. Maybe I forgot to plug something in all the way. We're gonna troubleshoot it. If I can't fix it, we're gonna take it to the dealer to get it fixed, hopefully without any hassles at all. But you know how dealers are. So the good news is we are back in business. We're filling up with diesel, and soon there will be a 6.4 liter Hemi on this trailer. Now, it's kind of making me second guess my decision of putting in the JK. You know, I'm just like, what is the coincidence of the Gladiator doing this on the drive to pick up a 6.4 liter Hemi, a new engine? Like, the Gladiator's telling me something, but the JK needs it more. So this is enough talking. I know up until this point, it's been a ton of talking, no signs of an engine yet. I feel the same way, guys. I'm ready to get the engine. So seriously, unless something goes wrong, I will see you guys in the morning. We're going in. Oh, here we are. Boom. 392, 6.4 liter Hemi. Built transmission, Rubicon transfer case, everything. We're good to go. What, do you know who built the transmission?
I believe it was Monster there in California.
Monster Transmissions? Awesome.
I'd have to check the paperwork to know for certain.
Gotcha. Heck yeah.
Torque converter, 2500. It's got all kinds of goodies.
We're good to go.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, now the fun begins of loading that on the trailer.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe
the pallet jack.
Get away with that.
Maybe. All right, guys, so it is loaded on the trailer. There's a bunch of other goodies inside the truck that he gave us. We'll take a look at it when we get home. He said he didn't really like being on camera, so didn't want to bug him too much, especially, you know, since that's his stuff in there. So let's go ahead and make sure this thing isn't gonna fly off on the way home. And just like that, we now have a Hemi that's ready for a JK swap. When we get home, we'll talk about kind of like how that deal went down. He wasn't too comfortable talking in front of a camera, so you know, kind of got some clips of the engine, but I figured we'll talk all about the engine, how he got it, what he does, who he is, and why he was selling it. We'll talk about all that at home once we get this unloaded and we can check it out. This video's a lot of talking, I know. I'm excited though. So we got a five and a half hour drive ahead of us. Let's make it home so we can check out this engine. And finally, we're back home, safe and sound with the engine over there in the garage. It was pretty difficult getting the engine and the pallet off the trailer. Me and Cassie had to yank it off pretty much. The kids are super excited about the engine because yes, I am teaching them to love engines. What's better than having two, you know, younger kids growing up? They're gonna learn all about engines. But we have to take a look at what all we have here and kind of talk about the plans for this engine to go into the JK. We're going to talk about the Gladiator here a little bit, but stand by for that. And yes, we did pick up a Dodge Charger Scat Pack that actually has this exact same engine in there. Cassie just released a video on that. But let's take a look at what we have here. So this is a crate engine. The only time it's been ran was, you know, whenever they build these, they dyno them and then ship them off. So this is a few years old. It's been sitting in his storage unit. It is a little bit dusty, but it is extremely clean. We're missing a few things, coil packs. There's actually a few other things he's mailing to me. Just a few other odds and ends. We'll talk about that later, maybe in a different video. But this is the 6.4 392 liter Hemi that I've mentioned probably 10 times in this video. This thing's gonna put out 485 horsepower, 475 foot-pounds of torque. This thing is gonna be a monster in the JK, guys. It's gonna be insane. Now, the original plan was to LS swap the Wrangler, but with this deal, I couldn't pass it up. Not only are we getting a brand new engine, we are getting more horsepower, and it's gonna be a lot easier of a swap. Here in a little bit, probably the next video or so, we're gonna talk about all of the differences between a you know, a Hemi swap or an LS swap. Which one should you choose? And of course, we still are doing the LS swap on Cassie's LJ. But oh, hi Emma.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
She's too camera shy.
Emma, what's up? What do we have here? What kind of engine is this? A big engine? But what kind of engine is it?
Hemi.
Say it again.
Hemi.
It's a what?
Hemi.
What does it go? What's it sound like? Yeah, vroom, vroom.
That was good.
All right, so the only unfortunate news about this engine setup is, yes, we can use this brand new engine. This transmission I will not be able to use in the JK. This is the NAG 1 transmission. It's been built up to handle 1,000 horsepower. This is the plug-and-play transmission for your 2012 to 2018 JK owners. Mine's a 07, or it's a 2010, but it falls in the 07 to 11 category, which means this transmission will not work. We're gonna talk about plans for that. I'm actually gonna go with the new 8-speed setup, which is gonna be phenomenal. So I'm gonna have to make an entire video on your different Hemi swap options for all of the JK owners. You know, you can do the 5.7 Hemi, you can do the 6.4, and there's like 3 or 4 transmission options, kind of depending on your year. And some are easier than others, some are better than others, but I'll make a video talking about all of that for those of you who are interested in doing your own Hemi swap at home. But we have all that. Oh, my other kid, Ellie, come here. Ellie. I'll paint it later, honey. Hey, what kind of engine is that? What kind of engine is it? Oh, camera shy. Is it a Hemi?
Yes.
What's it sound like? All right, Emma. Emma's gonna be my, Emma's gonna be the one working with me on this project. All right, so we have the engine. We've looked at that. There are a few things we're gonna need, but the great thing about this setup is that not only did we get the engine.
Hey, we need to get those deep trucks fixed.
I know, we're gonna talk about that soon, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we have all of the accessory drives. So we have, you know, our power steering pump, our AC compressor, our alternator, water pump. All of that good stuff is on the engine already, and he actually included a spare AC compressor here. We have a computer for a 2016 to 2017 JK if any of you guys need that. And these are the little plates for the transmission. We also have an all aluminum Hemi swap radiator right here. It's by CSF radiators. I think this is like it's like a $900 to $1,000 radiator designed for the Hemi with the JK. It's a great setup. Rubicon transfer case, bolt-in motor mounts. He is shipping me the coil packs, O2 sensors, exhaust manifolds, and a few other things that he had there that he just couldn't find in his storage unit when I was there. So that's the plan for this. I'm gonna have to do a whole video talking about everything. There's a lot to talk about, but stay tuned for more on this. It's gonna be an awesome setup, putting out a ton of power, and the Hemi swap is gonna be a little bit easier. And for you people who do wanna do LS swap still, we're gonna talk about that in a future video as well. However, it is time to talk about the Gladiator, because I haven't even had a chance to open it up and really look at it. We got it back here to the house. Haven't really driven it at all since. Hey, Cassie.
Yes.
Cassie's gonna start it up, so hopefully you guys can hear the engine kind of stuttering, because I know I went back and watched the footage that I took that night, and you really couldn't hear it that well. So let's see. It takes a minute Like, yeah, I mean, you can hear it. It's a little choppy. Now put it in reverse. And I can smell it right now. Very, very raw fuel.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You can hear that now, right?
Yep. Yeah.
You can smell it.
Yeah, so, and then is there, right there. So yeah, service, auto, start, stop, and the check engine light's flashing, so that's a misfire, so we're gonna kill it. This is probably the Gladiator issue is probably gonna have to be its own video. It seems like this is kind of becoming a common problem. I don't want to take it straight to the dealership just because, you know, I kind of want to see what's wrong with it. You know, with the dealership, sometimes you get a lot of runaround. They'll just change one part and like, oh, it's fixed for now, and then you never really know. So we're gonna pull it in the garage, we'll make a video, we'll kind of check everything to the point where I can hear in the garage, and if I can't figure it out, we'll take it to the dealership to see what it is. But I don't know what that was. All right, guys, so yes, Hemi Swap is coming soon. Gladiator, we're gonna figure out what that is, and if it's too bad, suppose it's something that like I can't fix, the dealership won't cover under warranty for some reason, then yes, the possibility of the Hemi going in the Gladiator is an option. However, I'd much rather put this in the JK because the JK needs it for sure. And it's kind of crazy because I think yesterday or the day before, Jeep officially announced that they're doing the 392 in the new Rubicon JL. So that is gonna be a great option. It's gonna be quite expensive. However, I think it's gonna be a good option. Jeep's really putting in, like, Jeep's doing what people have asked them. Hey, we want different engine options. You gotta think, we now have the option for the 2.0 turbo, the 3.6, the 3.0 eco diesel, and now a V8 plus the electric, the 4xe. That's a ton of different powertrain options, and that's what, you know, it's kind of crazy that Jeeps is actually answering people's requests. Like, hey, we want options. Jeep's like, hey, here you go, take it. It is, it's a little crazy thinking about a factory 392. They do limit it a little bit, like 470 horsepower opposed to the 485 that we have here. But this is going to be a very fun swap. There's gonna be a lot of information I want to go over with you guys. This video is already long enough. Please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and go down to the comments and let me know. What engine should this go in, or what engine should this Jeep go in? I want to put it in the JK. And then if any of you guys have had issues with your Gladiator or JL 3.6 liter engine, let me know in the comments as well, especially if you have this cylinder 2 misfire or any other misfires in general. Until the next episode, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.